certainly feels like winter out there this morning, so please take my advice and dress warm today. Right now it is 5:37 a.m. Great to have you along with us. I'm Rachel Schoutsen. Couple of our morning headlines. The cold air, it is here to stay. This is an extended period of cold, wintry weather for us, and intense squalls. Well, they are closing roads across Ontario. We're going to get into that story in a second. And also, when could Toronto see snow again? With some lake effect snow, also a weak clipper coming by, there is the potential, that's for sure. I want to show you some video from yesterday to start things off. Have a look at this. I was walking my dog yesterday. Those winds were so incredibly strong. Did you feel them? I think she's starting to shiver there. They were strong, and it's the cold wind that moves in, and that's what kicks up this lake effect snow. So essentially, we see the cold air riding over top of the relatively warm Great Lakes. We see a lot of instability there, a lot of rise. Condenses, creates a cloud, and snows out. Right now, Highway 17, this is the east side of Superior, that is completely shut down due to the intense amount of snow that is falling through here. If your travel plans today do take you up towards Parry Sound, Highway 11, Highway 400, through the Muskokas, likely that you will be seeing some intense snow squalls as well. For example, Highway 60, that is shut down in between Huntsville into central Algonquin, again, due to the snow. Another area that's going to start to see some action is down throughout the Niagara region. This will continue to develop the snow squalls through this area as the southwesterly wind comes in. I know usually a southwesterly wind is warm. In this case, definitely is not. And this here is a look at the model showing you that snow continuing to fire up and moving into areas like Niagara and Fort Erie. Now, as we look at the potential for us to see snow here within the GTA, that could come into Thursday. And that's because we do see this area of low pressure, fairly weak, more of a trough. This swings through, and that actually switches up the wind direction. So we go from that southwesterly flow to now more of the northwesterly influence. And as that happens, tomorrow, Toronto could be seeing some flurries. Now, our license renewal, it's up here at the Weather Network. 2 days to show your support. Here's Emily on why you should do it. And for everybody who has gone to that website, well, we cannot thank you enough. 2 days left to do so. Just quickly want to show you a live look at the Gardiner this morning before we let you go. Your local forecast starts right now. It's great to have you along with us this morning. We are looking at quite the system tracking across eastern Canada. It brought us the rain yesterday, and now in behind it, the cold air and the snow. What you're looking at here is a radar of snow squalls, and these are incredibly powerful snow squalls here along the east side of Superior, shutting down roads. We're also seeing them travel over Georgian Bay into the Muskoka region up towards North Bay as well. And we will see another band develop, this one across Erie, targeting the Niagara region, another one into Kingston and Prince Edward County. The flow of the wind, very important when we talk about snow squalls. At this point, it's more of that southwesterly flow. So a few key areas that it will target is the Niagara region, Kingston, Prince Edward County, for example. If this was a very strong northwesterly wind, well, places like Barrie would really be in line for getting that snow. At this point, though, Barrie, you're actually on the lower end when it comes to snowfall totals with this squall event. I want to show you this future model here, and basically this is showing you that those squalls will hold today around Parry Sound through the Muskoka region, and another one really developing down towards Fort Erie and through Niagara Falls. All we need is a little switch in the wind, and this could put in over 10 centimeters of snow through Niagara Falls and Niagara-on-the-Lake. So that's a big story we're watching today. We're going to talk about the cold and just how cold it's getting here. But first, let's learn about the science behind lake effect snow and how all of this works. Oh, they can. Those clouds, they need to snow out somewhere, and they certainly are doing that. East side of Superior, Highway 17 completely shut down. Highway 60 from Huntsville into central Algonquin Park, that is closed too. Now the cold, that's our big story today. 2, feels like -3. That's the daytime high. Feels like -6 in Barrie this afternoon. So an even colder start to the morning. And tomorrow, as we look at this trough sweeping across southern Ontario, this is going to switch up the wind direction. And as we get into Thursday, more of that northerly flow. So Barrie, yes, a better chance that you will see some snow squalls, and same kind of story within the Golden Horseshoe. Tomorrow, the daytime high with snow. Just want to show you this live shot of the Gardiner here. It's a pretty simple drive this week and leading up into the holidays, but because the cold weather, well, It's here to stay. Great to have you along with us this morning. And speaking of great color, how was that sunset last night? Oh my goodness, it was absolutely stunning. Post-cold front, just a little bit of drama left in the sky with some of those clouds, and we were in for such a treat. Joni tweeted me this one as well from Smithsville, in between Hamilton and the Niagara region. That pink and purple sky, it is just stunning. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. As we take a look at our conditions today, well, the cold, it is going to affect everyone. And the wind chill, well, hello, that is back in action. Feels like -6 in Barrie, feels like -3 in Toronto today. And the cold air, of course, that kicks up the snow squalls. And snow squalls are a huge story this morning, especially along the east side of Superior, shutting down roads here. East side of Georgian Bay in through the Muskoka region, Algonquin Park just getting hammered with this snow. And we are looking at the closure of Highway 60 in between Huntsville and central Algonquin. So this snow is here to stay, and we will see another band set up across Erie, and that will bring snow in through the Niagara region and down towards Fort Erie. Now we will see a trough come through, and this trough is going to switch up the winds. And Emily, I want to turn things over to you right now, because what does this wind switch mean for Toronto? Well, it's great to have you along with us this morning. Right now, 6:06 a.m. You are watching the Weather Network, and I want to let you know it is cold out there. You do need to bundle up. It's -1 right now in Toronto with the wind chill. Feels more like -8. That's a strong, gusty wind. And we're going to talk about just how cold it's getting as we go throughout the next few weeks leading up to Christmas. But right now, here's some of the top videos to start off your day.
Taking a look now at what's hot online. First,
incredible and so beautiful. Hope it does get in the Guinness Book of World Records. 6:07 a.m. right now, and let's take a look at the radar. Look at this. Extremely powerful squalls on the east side of Superior. Georgian Bay as well. We will see squalls set up down and towards the Niagara region today across Erie. This here is a big snow event for the Great Lakes. Some of the coldest air we've seen yet this season. And is this affecting the GTA? Not at the moment, but things will change, and we will add some snow into the picture. A picture that you'd like to add some snow into? Well, probably this. Check out Nathan Phillips Square. So the cold air is with you. Really some perfect conditions for skating. If you don't mind the wind, will be a little windy today. We could see some gusts close to 50 kilometers an hour. But as we take you into tomorrow, there is a growing potential that we will see some snow. -3 to start off the morning, into the afternoon, 0 in Markham, 1 in Toronto. Why could we see snow tomorrow? Well, what we're seeing here is a trough coming through. Right now, predominantly southwesterly flow. So the wind direction really makes a big point in terms of who will be seeing the lake effect snow. With the southwesterly wind really targeted up towards Parry Sound, even Barrie seeing lesser amounts than usual. Also kicks up that squall across Erie. Now, as we see that trough tomorrow, a little bit more of a northerly flow. So Barrie could pick up about 2 to 5 centimeters. We could see some flurries sort of waving back and forth across the GTA. So tomorrow we do have the potential of getting some conversational snow, just the kind of snow you're going to talk about, nothing you're going to shovel. And then as we go into next week, this is showing you beyond next Wednesday and in through Thursday, that cold air really settles in, and that shows us the pattern that we're getting into, the deep trough across the east and the below seasonal December. Now, when we come back, we're taking a look at this story with Nathan Coleman. Have a look at this. This is an incredible area of low pressure tracking across, let's say, eastern North America. Look at this cold front trailing all the way down across the deep south into Texas. This is bringing them below seasonal conditions as well. Tomorrow in El Paso, Texas, we could actually see some snow. Now, this was the same system that tracked across us yesterday, brought us that rain, and now the cold air. The cold air is here to stay, which also kicks up the lake effect snow. Now, we're going to talk about who sees the lake effect snow today, tomorrow, Clipper coming through for Saturday. All of those details are just ahead. But right now, today, this marks a very important anniversary. 100 years since the Halifax explosion. We take you there now with Nathan Coleman. And that explosion, of course, was caused by 2 ships colliding in the Atlantic, and a lot of nurses and doctors were sent from Boston up into Halifax to help, of course, everybody in Halifax with this scenario. So every year, Halifax sends Boston a Christmas tree as a thank you, an ongoing tradition. I want to take you back to our weather story now, because we need to talk about these snow squalls, okay? This here is a look at a model showing you that the squalls will be very, very severe today, persistent as well throughout the Muskoka region, up towards Parry Sound, Highway 11, Highway 400. Also along Lake Erie, down into Fort Erie, Niagara Falls, we are going to see a band form here. Good morning. It's Wednesday, December the 6th. Today, Rachel Schoutsen and Kelly Sonnenberg here with you. And Kelly, we are looking at cold air, really, for many of us across Ontario. These squalls are impressive this morning.
Winter has certainly arrived in Ontario. It'll eventually be making its way further east by the end of the week. We have more details on those snow squalls. But first, let's find out what's trending online.
Taking a look now at what's hot online. First,
into this lake effect.
And I was going to say, listen to those winds howling as well. Definitely gusts anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. That's really helping to fuel these squalls east of Superior, east of Georgian Bay. And we can't forget about the north, because the snow and the winds aren't over just yet. Far to northern Ontario, we still do have those special weather statements and winter storm warnings in effect.
Snow squall warning still in place as well across the Bruce Peninsula, east side of Georgian Bay. And in the Niagara region, we have watches for you.
Yeah, as we take a look at Atlantic Canada, we've got rain that's moving in as well. But you know what? We always like to give away contests here at the Weather Network. Here's a look at one pretty neat one.
To be in Nepal and also to be in an episode of Storm Hunters, pretty remarkable stuff.
Yeah, you know what? That's a double whammy. Definitely double bucket list check off for us. And for any of you guys, good luck. Your local forecasts are right now.
it's Wednesday. It's December the 6th. Emily Vukovic and Rachel Schoutsen with you. Thank you so much for joining us. I like how we've got the snowflake behind our morning headlines.
Just one.
Just one, because temperatures are certainly cooling. Cold air is here to stay. We've got intense snow squalls that are actually closing roads. And when could Toronto see snow again, Rachel?
We're going to time that out for you. But first up, I want to show you the winds from yesterday. Emily, this, of course, you know who this is.
Look at Rainy.
This is Rainy on our walk yesterday. And look how strong those winds are. Her ears are airborne. It honestly looks like she could be in a hurricane right about there. She's like sustaining the, look at that. She's sustaining the force of those winds yesterday. And of course, the force of these winds, they are creating the snow squalls. So Highway 17 is closed. Also Highway 60 from Huntsville into central Algonquin closed as well. We're looking at big, powerful snow here.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere anytime soon in those areas. Now, the bulk of the moisture right now, eastern Superior, coming off the shores of Georgian Bay, we're going to start to see these winds shift to more of a northwesterly direction. We're going to start to see them pick up along the shores of Lake Huron and Lake Erie in through the Niagara region later on this afternoon.
So this here is a look sort of at a future model, and it shows you these squalls parked right over that Muskoka area. And then look at this as well. So your travel plans, if you're staying within our little GTA bubble, you're going to be okay. But if you're going up the 400 or you're taking the QEW down into the Niagara region over towards Buffalo and Fort Erie, you will be seeing snow today.
Yeah, and it's going to be very treacherous driving conditions, especially if you don't have your winter tires on. Like, I still don't.
Book the appointment, man.
Honestly, like, we're just going to have to book it for me just so I can get in there. All right, we've got this trough coming into play. We are going to be seeing those squalls potentially move their way into the city of Toronto. We may see just kind of a little hit of snow. It's not going to be accumulating by anything on Thursday, but it could be there.
And then looks like Saturday morning, we do have the potential to see snow across the GTA as well as a weak clipper comes in. But Emily, this is a place where there'll be no snow falling. Look at this.
I know, and this is a contest you can actually win here at the Weather Network. Check this out.
So make sure you enter to win. And Emily, what's coming up next?
Well, we've got a record-breaking rainbow. I've got that coming up in trending in just a few moments.
It's Wednesday morning, 6:46 a.m., and we saw the rain yesterday. We all remember the rain. The wind moved in and behind it, and we lost those double-digit temperatures very quickly. You can see the big system now tracking into Atlantic Canada. What did it leave behind for us? Well, a little taste of winter. We're going to get into that in a second, but here's what's hot online at theweathernetwork.com. So cool. Love a good rainbow. Now let's talk about what's happening in our backyard, and that is the snow, and a lot of it. Snow squalls can be so powerful this time of year, and that's exactly what we're seeing. East side of Superior, highways are shut down here. East side of Georgian Bay, incredible snow continues to develop, and we will see a band develop off of Erie as well, which will target the Niagara region as we go throughout the day today. So how does lake effect snow work? Well, have a look at this. And we are seeing that exact scenario this morning. Highway 60 shut down from Huntsville into central Algonquin after all that lake effect snow. Another thing we certainly need is the cold, and we have got it too. Feels like -3 in Toronto today. Will feel like -6 in Barrie. I want to take you out onto our roads this morning. More about the snow squalls online at theweathernetwork.com. And of course, we're communicating out of their homes. And last up, let's talk about rainbows, one of my favorite elements of the sky.
Very cool. Thanks so much for that, Rachel. Amazing rainbow, eh?
And you know, rainbows in the sky, that's one of my favorite elements. And to go to a place like Taiwan, that is honestly on my bucket list. And we have a bucket list trip that we're giving away here on the Weather Network as well.
We do. It's like a trip of a lifetime. You can actually go to Nepal.
Nepal and be in an episode of Storm Hunters. So throughout the show, we're going to tell you how you can enter to be in that contest, because that's seriously a trip of a lifetime. Toronto right now, -2, but feels more like -8. That's cold. What a cold start.
I just saw one of our editors come in and she had like full parka, like hat, some of the strings coming down, mitts, the whole bit.
My goodness.
I turned my heat on in my car, obviously, today, and I thought about my winter boots. Like I was this close to my winter boots.
Did you think about your winter tires?
Rachel.
I'm going to bother her until this happens.
I don't have my winter tires on yet, and we're talking about snow squalls. We are talking about
crazy snow squalls.
Yeah, intense to the point where it's actually shutting down highways, eastern shores of Superior, through the Algonquin area. Travel is treacherous at this time.
Now, if you are staying within the GTA today, you will not be seeing these snow squalls, but travel down to Niagara, yes. Up towards Barrie, yes as well. So within the GTA, we're clear, but we are cold today. Emily, look at the wind chill today.
Yeah, it's cold. We're feeling closer to -3 this afternoon through the city of Toronto. It's going to feel closer to -5 through Whitby, and temperatures are going to stay cold right for the remainder of the week and into the weekend.
You know where we could use some snow, though? Down at Fair in the Square, Nathan Phillips Square. We could be getting just that. Essentially, a trough is coming through, switches up the wind a little bit, more of a northerly flow, and that will track the snow that forms off Georgian Bay, could push it into the GTA.
Yeah, the potential for it to give us a light dusting is there. It's certainly not going to be an epic snowfall now.
Shoveling.
No shoveling. Maybe not even brushing off your car, meaning I don't need my snow tires just yet. But the snowfall accumulations from some of these squalls is really intense. We have the potential anywhere between kind of Parry Sound and Barrie to pick up 40 centimeters of snow. Closer to home through the Niagara region, depending on those depicting winds, back and forth, those oscillating winds, we could see 15 centimeters.
And if you do see snow on the ground, guess what? It is not going anywhere, because this cold, wintry pattern, it is here to stay. Emily, this is the pattern leading up to Christmas.
All right, make sure you stay with us, because coming up in
First up, good morning. Second, I want to show you an incredible look at the storm across, let's say, North America, eastern North America. You can see this front trailing all the way down across the deep south, down into Texas, and down in places like El Paso, Texas, below seasonal conditions, actually looking at snow in the forecast tomorrow. So this is bringing in cold air for many people. This is the system that brought us our rain yesterday, and the cold air in behind it. And that cold air today bringing in snow squalls. Who sees the snow today? When will Toronto get a turn? A clipper coming in for the weekend. We're going to explain all of the snow and who gets it and when. That is coming up. But right now, a very important anniversary today. 100 years since the Halifax explosion. We take you there now with Nathan Coleman. And the cause of that explosion was 2 ships colliding in the Atlantic. And of course, Haligonians, they needed help after this scenario. And many people from Boston, nurses, paramedics, and doctors went to Halifax to help. So every year, the people in Halifax send Boston a Christmas tree as a thank you, an ongoing tradition. Now, quickly, when we talk squalls today, the biggest impact will be up towards the Muskoka region, Highway 11, the Bruce Peninsula, Highway 400 as well, and then another squall off of Erie. So these are the target zones we continue to watch today. If you plan on traveling here, do expect big snow. It's great to have you along with us on this Wednesday morning. You're watching the Weather Network, and Kelly, my advice to anyone across the east is find the parka, find your hat, your gloves. This wintry pattern, it's here to stay.
And make sure you have your snow tires on. These snow squalls really persistent that have developed across Ontario. More details on that, but first let's find out what's trending online.
Taking a look now at what's hot online. First,
Beautiful rainbow.
Oh,
I love
so
it.
beautiful. And 9 hours of it? I mean, what a treat.
What a treat. Good for photographers. Now, this year is not great for drivers. We are talking about the snow squalls. There are multiple warnings across Ontario, including up to the north, where we still have the winter storm warnings in place as this big area of low pressure continues to fill in and moves to the north.
Yeah, and we also do have snow squall watches and warnings that have been issued. These squalls for southern Ontario, they're currently happening across eastern portions of Georgian Bay. They are going to be occurring overnight tonight for parts of Huron, Grey County, and quite a few weather alerts for Atlantic Canada.
Now, we want to take you somewhere where not many Canadians probably travel to. That's a place called Nepal. You can go there with our storm hunters and be featured in their latest episode. Here's how you can do it. Have a look.
Certainly a trip of a lifetime,
cool.
and this one may be yours.
Yeah, Taiwan. I would love to go to Japan. Honestly, I think it would be fantastic. Just anywhere within Asia. What about you?
And I'd also like to do an African safari, somewhere to enjoy all of the African animals, the zebras,
So
the
cool.
lions. It's so beautiful.
Amazing. All right, here's a look at your local forecast.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's the 6th of December. Emily Dukovich and Rachel Schoutsen joining you. We've been having a little bit of fun here on Twitter. We're going to be talking about that in just a moment. Cold air, it's here to stay. Intense squalls continue. And when could Toronto see some snow?
Because it is coming back. Snow squalls have been a big story. And unfortunately, when we talk about these road closures, that really has been a huge problem well to the north of us. But it goes to show that winter is coming in with a vengeance. Highway 17 shut down, 101 out to Timmins, and also Highway 60 from Huntsville into Algonquin Park shut down. And of course, what fuels this snow? Well, that's the wind. And Emily, got to show you this video here. Have a look.
This is probably one of the cutest videos I've ever seen of your dog, Rainbow. This is Rachel's dog. We call her Rainy because she's just the sweetest thing ever. But
Look at her in those winds.
hard time tackling the winds yesterday.
And then this gust comes by. Honestly, looks like she's in a tornado or something.
She's like Dorothy's dog, you know? It was
Yeah,
her dog.
Toto. So cute. You know, in all seriousness, this snow has been bringing in problems. We will not be seeing it within the Golden Horseshoe, but take a drive down into the Niagara region. Very likely to see some snow here along the QEW. Also up towards Cottage Country. This could be really nightmare travel.
Yeah, it is going to be very treacherous. So if you don't have your snow tires on, it is time to put them on.
It's time.
The winds are starting to shift, as you can see. This kind of gives us a bit of a future look at the radar and the wind and the squalls that are going to continue with this trough. And then this is going to be kind of our best chance to see a little shot of snow throughout the day tomorrow. Certainly not going to be accumulating. It is not going to be an epic snowfall amount by any means, but it could make roads a little slick.
Absolutely. And if we do see any snow, let's say just on little surfaces here, likely to stick because we are seeing cold conditions staying with us in our forecast.
All right, we've got a really great contest coming up here at the Weather Network. Is this a trip of a lifetime? Check this out.
How cool is that? You could be in an episode of Storm Hunters and get a trip, expenses paid, going to Nepal. So fantastic. Now, coming up next, we'll be taking a look at our trending stories, what's happening online. Could be in the world record for a rainbow. It's 7:46 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. So great to have you along with us. December the 6th today. We take a look at the big area of low pressure that's now moving off into Atlantic Canada. Look at that trailing trough all the way down towards the U.S., down to Texas, likely to bring some snow. We'll chat about the lake effect that sets up in behind it for us. That is just ahead, plus a look at traffic. But right now, here's what's trending online. Only thing we're seeing in the skies today up through Cottage Country is the snow squalls. No rainbows there. Powerful, really, some incredible snow squalls, especially along the eastern side of Superior here, just north of Sault Ste. Marie, and also towards North Bay through the Muskokas, Highway 11, Highway 400. Terrible travel today. And we're also going to see a squall set up, too, across Erie, which will target Fort Erie and the Niagara region. For us in the GTA, our little bubble here, we're not seeing a whole lot going on. Cold day for us today, though. We're going to talk about when things will switch for us, when we could see some snow. That is just ahead. But right now, how do snow squalls form? Here's Chris St. Clair with the science behind the weather. And we are likely to see a little bit of lake effect snow as we go into Thursday with a bit of a wind switch. For us this afternoon, clear skies, but feels more like -3 in Toronto. Just want to show you this live shot of the roads here. The 401 westbound as you're going to Christmas. What a beautiful place to be. And some nice conditions yesterday. A little windy. And of course, with dropping temperatures as well, we certainly are going to feel it. But I'll tell you, that cold front yesterday, in behind it, all the cloud cleared out just in time. Just left a little bit of drama in the sky to get a sunset that looked like this. How stunning is that? Post-cold front, the sunset over top of Toronto. It was incredible. Had this one tweeted to me as well. This one from Smithsville, just in between Hamilton and the Niagara region. Again, that gorgeous pink and purple sky. So hey, there's the positive of some of the cold air. The cold front went through, left us with that great sunset. Now we have to deal with the cold, of course. And today, 2 feels like -3. These are the daytime highs. Barrie feels like -6. Lake effect snow, a huge story today, especially up through Cottage Country towards Parry Sound. Barrie may get a little bit of lake effect snow, but with more of the westerly flow, you're not going to be as big of a target. We're actually going to see one form right off of Erie, tracking in through the Niagara region. Depending on the exact angle of the winds, we're going to watch Niagara Falls and Niagara on the Lake today. We could be seeing up to about 10 centimeters of snow. Now, as we get through today and into tomorrow, this trough comes through. The trough slowly switches up the wind direction. And Emily, want to turn things over to you right now. As that wind direction switches, well, this means something for Toronto. It's great to have you along with us this morning. You know, Emily, December the 6th today, that means we're officially less than 20 days to Christmas.
This one over here. You know what, though? I do have to compliment you on your holiday enthusiasm and your craft making. I actually put a picture on my Instagram yesterday, EmilyTW, check it out, of a holiday ornament that Rachel made me. And I love teasing her about her enthusiasm, but I actually secretly kind of love it.
I know she loves it. And, you know, we're going to talk about this cold air coming in, getting us feeling like Christmas. But first, here's what's trending online at theweathernetwork.com.
Thanks so much, Kelly. That rainbow, 9 hours.
Amazing.
Rachel. Isn't that spectacular?
Oh, it's gorgeous. And, you know, we're not going to be seeing any rainbows up in Cottage Country today, only snow squalls in the skies, that's for sure. These squalls are extremely powerful. These are the type of squalls that really give people nightmares when it comes for traveling.
Absolutely. It's shut down highways, eastern shores of Superior and up towards the Algonquin region. No one is going anywhere fast. Now, it looks pretty clear throughout the Toronto. We're in this little bubble. But later on this afternoon, we are going to be seeing those squalls pick up on Erie, and that's going to give the Niagara region 5 to 15 centimeters.
We are guaranteed, though, to feel the cold. That's for sure today. Feels like -6 in Barrie. Will feel like -3 in Toronto. You know, this is perfect weather to go for a skate at Nathan Phillips Square. Have a look at this. Fair in the square. Snow. Into Thursday, we could get a little bit of it. It will stick because temperatures will be so cold. We're not talking a lot. We're not talking shovel the driveway, but just snow to talk about.
We're just talking about brushing off your car, you know, that kind of stuff. Temperatures certainly staying cold, 0 through Mississauga, 0 through Pickering. It's going to stay really chilly. Snowfall amounts are going to be fairly epic in other areas, not in our neck of the woods, but as we were talking before, eastern shores of Superior, anywhere from Parry Sound down towards Barrie, 20 to 40 centimeters, not out of the question. And there's that kind of 5 to 15 bubble through the Niagara region as well.
Now, if you think these temperatures are cold, 1 and 2 for the daytime high, well, get ready for this, because as we go into next week, next Wednesday and Thursday, another reinforcing shot of cold Arctic air comes in. We're talking -5 to -7 for the daytime highs next week.
Come to get out the snowsuit.
Absolutely.
That's all that means to me. Here's the pattern for the 2nd and 3rd week of December. It's not going anywhere fast. Coming up in Force of Nature. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. It is December the 6th. The cold air that we're feeling outside today, it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. The squalls closing some roads through northern Ontario and even around Cottage Country. And when could Toronto see snow, Rachel? We've been talking about it. We're almost threatening for it a little bit.
We are, and you know, I think a lot of people will be happy to see a little bit of snow. Nathan Phillips Square has been looking so gorgeous this time of year. All we need is some snow to go along with that, and we are in good order to get into Christmas spirit, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree. Rachel's already right in that order. Here are the squalls shutting down Highway 17, shutting down 101 up towards Timmins. We're seeing it in eastern shores of Superior as well. These are heavy squalls. We're talking the potential for 40 centimeters in some areas.
And what fuels the squalls? Well, of course, it's the cold wind. And that cold wind was coming in yesterday. So, Emily, I want to show you this video here.
I love this video.
Took this video of Rainbow on our walk yesterday.
Rainy.
And it, honestly, her ears are now flying. Looks like she's in a bit of a hurricane. And then
she's Toto.
She is. And then this powerful gust comes by. The hair is so dramatic, isn't it?
Oh, poor Rainy. She's probably like, Mom,
so funny.
I didn't like this.
I know, but that's the cold air that was coming in, right? And look what that cold air is doing. Setting up squalls, keeping them in the Muskoka region today. Travel up 11 and 400. Honestly, white knuckle, terrible driving. Our storm hunters are actually going there today, Jacqueline and Mark, to show us some of the scenes.
Yeah, they're going to go up there and get some live footage very carefully. And then, yes, Rachel, this band that you were just pointing to, the QE could also be very treacherous traveling through Niagara today as well.
All right, let's take a look at some of these temperatures and also the systems that are coming through, because what we're going to see is this front that slowly drops across Ontario, and that's going to change that southwesterly wind to more of a northerly flow. So Barrie, better chance of seeing some snow tomorrow, and also Toronto too.
And it's light dusting. We're not talking epic snowfall amounts by any means, but you'll look up and go, oh, how pretty, it's snowing. There's always something kind of romantic about the first real snowfall this season, right?
A little.
I say that, and then I'm like, don't put me outside. Where's my parka? I need my snow pants. Saturday, Sunday, not a bad weekend. A few flurries possible, and even into Barrie. I think the key thing here, though, is these temperatures. Look at next Wednesday, feeling like minus 20s.
Huge drop as we go into next week. Now, before we go here, we have a really cool contest at theweathernetwork.com. We are giving away a trip to Nepal and a chance to be on Storm Hunters. Have a look. It's great to have you along with us this morning. You are watching the Weather Network 6 days into December, and this is the big system that we dealt with. In behind it, it has brought in the lake effect snow, and we'll get into who's being targeted by this lake effect snow and how it forms in a second. But right now, here's what's trending online at theweathernetwork.com. And if you look up in the skies today across Ontario, you'll be seeing snow squalls. For us here in the GTA, we should stay in the clear. We're sort of in that protective weather bubble here in Toronto. But if you are traveling up the 400 up Highway 11, oh, these squalls are just relentless. And we're also seeing another band form off Erie as well, and that will put some snow into Fort Erie as well as the Niagara region. Temperature-wise, no one is escaping this. Everybody's staying in the cold air. We'll show you what the wind chill feels like today and through this week coming up. But right now, how do snow squalls form? Here's a look at the science behind the weather. And for us here in Toronto, we are likely to get a burst of lake effect snow into Thursday. And then on Saturday, our landscape is going to be turned white as a system comes through. That's going to bring us snow as we go into the weekend. We're going to talk more about that in the long range forecast. 2 feels like -3 today. Barrie feels like -6. And with this trough coming past us, it brings in the northwesterly wind for tomorrow. And that's where some of that lake effect snow is likely to be targeted down in towards the GTA. Now, when we come back, your Long Ranger is next. Emily Vukovic joins the show. We'll talk about the cold into next week.